Officers arrive at a property to serve felony warrants. The suspect, Jacob, doesn't run on foot. He doesn't drive away. He climbs into a backhoe and tries to use it as a getaway vehicle at approximately 6 to 8 miles per hour. Some people blurred the line between having a good time and completely losing touch with reality. Look at what we just watched. It isn't just defiance, it's a mindset. He makes eye contact with police, knows exactly who they are, and still chooses to roll that bulldozer forward like it's a joke. When someone feels backed into a corner, especially with felony warrants hanging over them, they'll reach for anything that gives them a sense of power, even when it makes no sense. A bulldozer that's slow, loud, and impossible to hide. But in his mind, he probably thought it created distance, bought him time, and gave him the illusion he was still in charge. The illusion cracked quickly. The second time officers approached, he struck one of them with the backhoe arm in the head and hit the patrol van. Private property doesn't shield you when there's a valid warrant. That line had already been crossed. Then the family showed up, emotions rose, and you had distraction layered on top of danger. In the end, Jacob stopped, but only after one more cigarette. Jacob was charged with felony first-degree fleeing or evading police, and felony third-degree assault on a police officer. He has since pleaded not guilty. His bond was set at $10,000. He is presumed innocent unless proven guilty in a court of law. What can we take away from this? First, a valid felony warrant authorizes law enforcement to enter and remain on private property to make an arrest. Under Payton v. New York, the right to execute a warrant extends to the suspect's property when there is reason to believe they are present. Jacob's repeated claim that officers were on private property was legally irrelevant from the moment they arrived. Felony warrants carry the authority to cross that line. The officer stated this on camera clearly and correctly. Second, operating heavy machinery toward law enforcement officers while fleeing satisfies the assault element. The backhoe arm struck an officer in the head and hit a patrol van. Jacob was aware officers were present and had received repeated commands to stop before the contact occurred. Whether a backhoe constitutes a vehicle under the specific state's felony fleeing statute is the technical legal question at trial, but the assault charge does not require it to be a vehicle. It requires intentional physical contact. The footage provides that. Third, family members have no legal right to physically interfere with a lawful arrest. Verbal objection is protected. Physical contact with officers during an active arrest is obstruction of justice. The officers in this footage showed remarkable patience, redirecting family members with words while simultaneously managing a backhoe and a resistant suspect. That patience is tactically correct. Arresting family members for obstruction during an already complex situation makes everything harder. Fourth, the cigarette before transport was a tactical decision, not a concession. Compliance is easier to maintain when a subject has been given a small measure of agency over something inconsequential. It de-escalated a situation that had been running on adrenaline for 12 minutes, reduced the risk of physical resistance during transport, and cost nothing. This is how de-escalation actually works in practice, not theory. And finally, when someone feels cornered with serious charges hanging over them, they may do things that make the situation dramatically worse. Jacob had felony warrants before this encounter. He now potentially faces additional felony charges for what he did during it. The backhoe did not create distance. It did not buy time. It did not give him control. It gave him a third-degree assault charge and a higher bond. The fastest way through a warrant is compliance, not construction equipment.